Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, text number 15. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Dharam Chaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udreyet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Vakankarati Vachalam Pangam Langaiti Girim Yatkapratam Aham Mande Sri Guru Dinataram Paramananda Madhavam Jugupshitam Dharmakrute Anushashataha
जुगुप्सितं धर्मकृते अनुशासतः
स्वभावरक्तस्य महान् व्यतिक्रमः
स्वभावरक्तस्य महान् व्यतिक्रमः
यद्वाक्यतो धर्म इति तरास्थितो
यद्वाक्यतो धर्म इति तरस्थितो
न मन्यते तस्य निवारणं जनः
न मन्यते तस्य निवारणं जनः.
Thank you. Word meaning translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jagushpitam very condemned. Dharma Krute for the matter of religion. Anushashataha instruction. Swabhava Raktasya naturally inclined. Mahan great. Vetikramaha unreasonable. Yat Vakyataha under whose instruction? Dharma religion. Iti it is thus. Itaraha the people in general. Stitaha fixed. Na do not. Manyate think tasya of that. Nivaranam prohibition. Jana they. Translation, the people in general are naturally inclined to enjoy, and you have encouraged them in that way in the name of religion. This is verily condemned and is quite unreasonable because they are guided under your instructions. They will accept such activities in the name of religion and will hardly care for prohibitions. Purport is very big for paras, so I will just read out, and wherever there is necessity, I will try to explain it. And also, we have 4 minutes video on this, so I need to accommodate accordingly. Kindly cooperate. Hare Krishna. So, yesterday also we had a discussion by who gave Varjanath Prabhu yesterday. And now, yeah, again, Nardamani continuing. You have given a vast literature, but people in general, naturally, they wanted to enjoy. Like New Year is coming, they wanted to enjoy. But everything keeping Krishna as center, it's so wonderful. And now, Nardamani mentioning, you have encouraged them in that way in the name of religion. So in the name of religion, we are not supposed to enjoy. So Nardamani says, this is condemned and this is quite unreasonable also. Why is it unreasonable is explained here. Srila Vasudeva compilation of different Vedic literatures on the basis of regulated performance of fruitive activities are depicted in the Mahabharata, and other literature is condemned here by Srila Narada. The human beings, by long material association, life after life, have a natural inclination by practice to endeavor to lord it over the material energy. So long material association means the soul has traveled into so many bodies, and it has taken so much enjoyment in the name of religion or in the name of sense gratification. The soul is rotting like anything. Brahmanda parite. Brahmanda means it is a anda means the egg. Brahmanda means it's a universal egg. The soul is rotting into different bodies, just it wants to enjoy. So they have no sense of the responsibility of human life. This human form of life is a chance to get out of the clutches of illusory matter. But what we think, whatever we want, this life is all in all, this body is all in all, I am the body itself. And the living entity wants to enjoy. And unfortunately, it does not have the information that there is next birth. And there was a previous birth also. And now he is living, and he will also take another birth if he does not have Krishna consciousness. So the Vedas are meant for going back to Godhead, going back home, to revolve in the cycle of transmigration in a series of lives numbering 84 lakhs is an imprisoned life for the condemned conditioned soul. But though we are in jail, we think that we are very happy. And many big famous politicians and other celebrities, they are also put in the jail, and they have been given proper facilities there also, like TV, mobile phone, or Wi-Fi and something. They also want to enjoy. But foolish people, they do not know that they are in the jail. Either you are in first class jail, second class jail, or third class jail. Jail is jail only. You cannot escape from the jail. Similarly, in the material world also, the Supreme Lord has designed it in such a way that 84 lakhs types of species are available. So the living entity, he left the Supreme Lord in the Golak Vrindavan, and he wanted to enjoy without Krishna. But Krishna is so merciful, he has designed such and such bodies to an extent of 84 lakhs of species, so that you can enjoy without me. But with me, you can enjoy in Golak Vrindavan. If you have that kind of tendency, oh my dear living entity, for you, I have created a vast material world. There you can go and enjoy, but not in my abode of Golaka. So foolish people, unaware of the essence of Vedas. The essence of Vedas is Vedescha Sarvayar Aham Eva Vedya. Vedant Krut Veda with Eva Jaham. And Lord says, I am the compiler of the Vedas, and from me, all Vedas to be known. And the end result is just to know me only. That is the meaning of that words. The human form of life is a chance to get out of this imprisoned life. And as such, the only occupation of the human being is to re-establish his lost relationship with the God. We have disconnected from the Lord, and again we are supposed to get connected to the Supreme Lord. But we have forgotten in this life. Under the circumstances, one should never be encouraged in making a plan for sense enjoyment in the name of religious functions. Such diversion of the human energy results in a misguided civilization. So in the name of religious, we should not misuse such a golden opportunity is given in the human form. A soul in the human form only can able to understand who he is, who the Supreme Lord is, what is the relationship, and he can go back to Godhead. If I bring a cat or a dog or a pig and please attend this Bhagavatam class, and it may not able to understand. It will always want to look for eating, mating, sleeping, defending, where food is available. After food, how nicely I can sleep. If a human being also does not recognize this minimum thing, then he is none other than an animal also. Such diversion of the human energy results in a misguided civilization. Srila Vasudeva is the authority in the Vedic explanations, in the Mahabharata, etc. And his encouragement in sense enjoyment in some form or the other is a great barrier for spiritual advancement, because the people in general will not agree to renounce material activities which hold them in material bondage. For example, if anybody wants to eat meat, he is supposed to offer to Kali, and that is an Amavasya day, the midnight. That too only goat he is supposed to, in his hands, he is supposed to kill it, and he should offer it. Then he has to take it. Even other religious also, even in Muslims also, they have to take this. They have to offer a goat, and they have to throw the meat in different directions and fetch only one direction meat, and he has to cook and eat. And even in Christianity, it is straight away, it is mentioned by Jesus Christ, thou shalt not kill. You should not kill means that's all, it is over. That is one of the commandments of the Jesus Christ. So nowhere in the scriptures it is mentioned that you go to a meat shop and buy meat and eat. Nowhere it is recommended. Why this regulation has been mentioned in the scriptures means Amavasya, midnight offering to Kali, and he cannot do it daily, Amavasya comes only once in a month. He has to wait for that. And why is it mentioned? By regularly he is doing that, he finds that it is a very difficult task. He cannot be able to do it. In that such a way, it has been recommended in the Vedas. But people are so foolish that a number of times in a day, they keep eating meat. This is what enjoyment. That's why Srila Narada Muni is condemning Vasudeva. You are not supposed to describe in this way. Okay, so at a certain stage of civilization, when such material activities in the name of religion, as sacrificing animals in the name of yajna, were too much rampant, the Lord incarnated himself as the Buddha and decried the authority of the Vedas in order to stop animal sacrifice in the name of religion. That is why Lord Buddha has appeared, and he propagated Shanti. And there is no question of killing animals. But at that circumstances, the Buddhism was appropriate. The Lord knows when to incarnate, where to incarnate, how to incarnate, what are the principles to be given to the public people. Only the Lord knows. So this Buddhism was appropriate only at that period and not by today. Now we are in the Kali Yuga. So this was foreseen by Narada, and therefore he condemned such literatures. The flesh eaters still continue to perform animal sacrifice before some demigods, goddess in the name of religion, because in some of the Vedic literature, such regulated sacrifices are recommended. Why? He finds it is very difficult over a period of time. Here he is supposed to give it up. There are so recommended to discourage flesh eating, but gradually the purpose of such religious activities is forgotten. So what is the religious purpose? Is to follow the path of Krishna consciousness, but that is forgotten. And the slaughterhouses becomes prominent. This is because foolish materialistic men do not care to listen to the others who are actually in a position to explain the Vedic rites. In the Vedas, it is distinctly said that the perfection of life is never be attained either by voluminous work or by accumulation of wealth or even by increasing the population. But it is so attained only by renunciation. The materialistic men do not care to listen to such injunctions. According to them, the so-called renounced order of life is meant for those who are unable to earn their livelihood because of some corporal defects, or for persons who have failed to achieve prosperity in family life. So this is actually not recommended. You cannot do a voluminous work, or you cannot acquire a lot of health, and you cannot worship the Lord in that way. Here the point mentioned by Srila Prabhupada is, renunciation. This renunciation is, that is also, it should not be Falgu Vairagya. It should be, Nija Vairagya. It should be a real renunciation. Okay. In the histories like Mahabharata, of course, there are topics of transcendental subjects along with the material topics. The Bhagavad Gita is there in the Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita is a part and parcel of Mahabharata. The whole idea of the Mahabharata culminates in the ultimate instructions of the Bhagavad Gita, that one should relinquish all other engagements and should engage oneself solely and fully in surrendering unto the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. So this is the essence. If this essence of surrendering to Krishna is not there, then whole the purpose of Veda, it become a big failure. But men with materialistic tendencies are more attracted to the politics, economics, and philanthropic activities. Philanthropic activities means doing a lot of charities, this dana, that dana, netra dana, avayav dana, all these things mentioned in the Mahabharata, than to the principal topic. What is the principal topic of Mahabharata is Bhagavad Gita. This comprising spirit of Vasudeva is directly condemned by Narada, who advised him to directly proclaim that the prime necessity of human life is to realize one's eternal relations with the Lord and thus surrender unto Him without delay. This is very, very important. Please note this point. The prime necessity of human life is to realize one's eternal relation. We have eternal connection, sambandha with the Supreme Lord. We forgot that, and now it is time to revive that. And this chanting of Hare Krishna and the reading scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, having devotees association, and it can re-establish the connection. And taking a Diksha from a bona fide spiritual master, we have link with Krishna. Last para. A patient suffering from particular type, here Prabhupada is giving one nice analogy. A patient suffering from particular type of a malady or a disease is almost always inclined to accept eatables which are forbidden for him. The expert physician does not make any compromise with the patient by allowing him to take partially what he should not at all take. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that a man attached to fruitive activity should not be discouraged from his occupation, for gradually he may be elevated to the position of self-realization, Atma Sakshatkar Shastra, that he has to attain. This is sometimes applicable for those who are only dry empiric philosophers without spiritual realization. But those who are in the devotional line need not always so advised. So the devotional line is very, very important. So I just wanted to sum it up what we have discussed so far in the 4 paras. Let me share my screen. So the 4 paras, each para I have given one title so that we can nicely able to understand. So para 1, Srila Prabhupada talks about purpose of religious activities is forgotten. Now we have to re-establish that. What is the purpose of religious activities? Agreeing Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And if that is missing, and there is no purpose of the religious activities. And para 2 gives us nice enlightenment that perfection of life is not by non-Vedic way. It should be in a Vedic way. And we have to understand in a Krishna consciousness way that all the essence of Vedas is to know Krishna. And in the 3rd para, the prime necessity of human life is to realize one's eternal relation with the Lord and thus surrender unto Him without delay. That's why in Bhagavad Gita at the end, the Supreme Lord says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Varja Aham Tam Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Yishyami Ma Shujaha. Oh Krishna, oh Arjun, you abandon all varieties of religion, whatever you have invented, and just surrender unto me. I will surely contract or remove all your reactions from all your sinful activities. Do not fear. That is the assurance given by the Supreme Lord. And in the paragraph 4, Srila Prabhupada emphasizes that petty work should not be discouraged. Whatever work we do, it should be continued, but in the way of Krishna consciousness. How I can relate it to Krishna? So that is nicely explained by your respective Bhakti Vriksha leader. What are the activities you can make it? If you can see the picture, the man who is painting Krishna picture, and when he is during his painting, he is fully Krishna consciousness. Similarly, other people also, those who are connected. So the main emphasis is whatever occupational duty we do it, we can offer to Krishna. In this way, we can make our all activities Krishna consciousness. So this is the flow chart which we have been discussing in the 1st canto, 5th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are doing today 15th verse. So verse number 12 to 16, it is talking about bhakti is only valuable asset and other processes are condemned. That's why bhakti means devotional service. That process we are supposed to take. Coming early in the morning for Mangalarati, chanting the holy name of the Lord, and reading and hearing Gita Bhagavatam. This is the bhakti path. So, as you know, now Narada Muni is enlightening Vyasudeva and the result will come out not now. And Vyasdeva starts writing all the 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. And it's so wonderful, the pastimes when we hear and read the Lord, how he lifted Govardhan Giri, how he defeated so many demons, how he killed, and how he had forgiven many people also. Like that, there is a wonderful description. So now the last but not least, a video is waiting for you. That is talking about the material world. So give me a moment. And this video is very important. You need to watch bit by bit. It will go for another 4 minutes. Kindly bear with me. It's very informative. Hope you can able to see.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
There will not be any voice, only the text message keeps going. You need to read and understand the slide. The child is crying and mother is giving the toy and unable to understand what actually he needs. There may be ant biting or mosquito biting, something he is crying, but mother is not knowing that. She is showing the toy. So the problem, there is the material world. Whether the child is interested or not interested, he is dragged to the school. So he is trying to treat himself by simply seeing some prescriptions of his ailment, but his suffering is not ended. This picture is very beautiful. There is an elaborated story, but put you in a shortcut. This person, is stuck in the middle in the well. And if you see the big snake or python is waiting to swallow him. And when he comes out, is already the one tiger is waiting to eat him up. And in between, he has got so many other problems. And he is struggling a lot. And anytime he might die. But in between, there is a small honey drop, it falls and he is licking that and he is thinking that it is so wonderful, so sweet, unaware of the dangers from top and bottom in the middle. He is just licking one drop of honey and he is thinking that that is all in all. Foolish person, he does not know. In this way, in material world also, we are suffering. taken out of the water, and it will die at any time. So he became very old, and he was lying on the bed, and his grandchildren are doing a New Year party something, and which is quite disturbing him. Now at his death time, the devotee has come, and devotee requesting him, you chant Hare Krishna, chant, 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 and this fellow says, can't. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.